Girl! How do you do that and think you won't get caught is what I'm asking. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Yes, I'm back so soon. Are you sick of me yet? Okay, anyway. We all know that Meghan Markle does not have an original thought in her entire body. So of course she had to go on this copycat holiday where all the Hollywood A-listers have been going. Costa Rica, my darlings. The destination has been recently visited by Shakira, Kevin Hart, and Jane Seymour, among other A-listers and dignitaries, of which I'm sure she thinks she's one. But I think Meghan Markle's copycat behavior is something to really look at. She doesn't seem to know herself or be proud of herself, or she has no way of being herself, really. And I have done a video on that before where I think a lot of her self-hatred comes from her not identifying as the race that she is. She doesn't want to identify as a black woman or a mixed race woman or a colored woman. And I think that's part of why she cannot have her own identity and her own choices, and keeps overcorrecting by talking about authenticity and organic and all this kind of thing when she is the last person that should ever talk about that. But this copying thing, this plagiarism thing, is something that gives me the ick. I think that she would have been one of those people in class that were copying off of other people, and like all of her classmates would have been like hovering over their test like this, like. And her father even admits, Thomas Markle Sr. even admits to the fact that he allowed Meghan to tell lies. And he regrets that he did not control that in her upbringing. It's sad. Meghan has been caught copying everything from speeches to fashion to life stories and even perfume as she has become a public figure. You're gonna see as I go through this list. Yes, I have a list, honey. Ready? I'm starting to feel sorry for her in a way. And I'm not an empath, okay? But even me, I'm feeling sorry that this person is on a public stage being a complete idiot. Let's go through the list. Diana, she's copied everything, like everything about her. I kind of don't even want to go into it because we've all talked about it before, but she's copied all her outfits. She's copied her perfume, honey. She copied her story, her feelings about the press, even though Meghan did not have half the press or quarter of the press that Diana had. It reminds me of my son's cat, Blueberry, who plays with all his toys when he goes to school. Blueberry's just trying to be a real boy. It's amazing because we're looking at her and we're looking at Harry and we're saying, Harry, don't you see what's going on here? In terms of fashion and clothing, she has copied Queen Elizabeth. How dare she? She's copied Princess Catherine. How dare she? Princess Angela of Liechtenstein, who was the first woman of Afro-Panamanian heritage to enter a reigning European royal family, and 11 years her husband's senior at the time when she married him. A girl. If Meghan thinks she had opposition, imagine how Princess Angela felt. But she didn't care because she's actually her own person. She's a designer. She had a lot to herself. Meghan has something called nothingness. She's a nothing burger on two legs with long foot shoes, walking, literally, that's her. She's copied Wallis Simpson. I did a video on that some time ago, similarities between Meghan Markle and Wallis Simpson. As far as Americans, she's copied Angelina Jolie, Ivanka Trump, Michelle Obama, girl, Kendall Jenner, and even Kim Kardashian's pregnancy outfits, but she copied Kim Kardashian's pregnancy outfits exactly. That's insane. Kim Kardashian's pregnancy with Kanye West was all over the blogs. Like, we knew every outfit, every color she wore, every shoe she wore with her foot swell up in it. I don't know if Meghan Markle expected somehow that the public would be as interested in her pregnancy as they were like somebody like Kim Kardashian. Maybe that's why she kept showing her bump the whole time whenever she got the opportunity. But girl, nobody cared. What kind of human being with a brain really goes out of their way to copy a figure that everyone knows? It's arrested development in a way. It's when you never really grow up and realize yourself for yourself. Look, girl, I don't even know what to tell you here. In terms of speeches, she copied Barack Obama.
3 countries in the world report that they don't offer paid maternity leave. And the United States is one of them.
The U.S. is one of only 6 countries in the entire world that doesn't offer any form of national paid leave.
Don't have to choose between looking after their kids and doing what they need to do it.
Or that you have to choose between your family and putting food on the table.
And as the father of 2.
And now be a mother of 2.
It doesn't make any sense.
Just didn't make sense.
And Eleanor Roosevelt. Girl! How do you do that and think you won't get caught is what I'm asking. In terms of content and ideas, allegedly, Meghan Markle copied Netflix's show Social Dilemma. She copyrighted a quote from her own father as her own in 1996. Now, I find this very interesting. When Meghan was 14, she copyrighted this quote: "A face without freckles is like a sky without stars." And not only was it something her father told her that she copyrighted as her own, but also it came from an Irish song. So it wasn't even his original thought. I mean, we're talking about second-hand, third-hand, all kind of plagiarism. But don't forget the best plagiarism that she did when she copied The Boy on the Bench. I guess she thought she could get away with it because she just shortened the title. Girl, I don't even know what she thinks. I don't know what she thinks. She's an anomaly. Her blog, The Tig, copied Gwyneth Paltrow's blog style, The Goop or whatever. I've made videos on that phenomenon of The Tig. She came up with this really convoluted story how The Tig came from this wine called Tignanello, when really The Tig was just part of Meghan's life work of bagging Prince Harry. Guess where it came from? Apparently, allegedly, for legal purposes, girl. It came from Tiggy. Tiggy was Harry's nanny. So she's been stalking him for some time, which is so creepy, and I can't even explain to you how violated I feel just reading it. I'm starting to notice that she's very stupid. That whole Tig thing and Tiggy and all, just everything else I've listed there, I'm starting to realize she's actually a dumbass. I'm sorry for my language, but she really is. She even copied Tiggy's fashions, allegedly, like when she's reading The Bench. Girl, it's a lot. Meghan used adverts, movies, and other people's lives and made them her own. There are really too many to list in terms of movies and so on, but I guess The Little Mermaid would be the best reference at this time. And when I saw the new movie when it first came out, I immediately thought of The Spare, where Harry talks about Meghan singing to the seals.
Look, seal. I ran to the water's edge, sang to them. Meg joined me and sang to them. And now, of course, they sang back. She really is magic, I thought.
Harry, bless his heart, thought that was real and put it in his book because he's not an honest guy. He's not being totally honest and transparent and true, is he? He's taking whatever she tells him to write in that book and writing it. I want to say something really quickly. I think that the most awful thing that you can be in your personality is, as an adult, just taking people's word and not being able to know right and wrong as an adult. I think that's really quite a handicap, and I think Harry has that handicap. Okay, so you remember that she dated this chef in Canada when she was working on Sales, her show? Well, apparently that chef had some trademark recipes and my girl stole it and put it in a cookbook. Imagine you are dealing with a professional girl. I cannot believe, I can't imagine. I don't know anybody like this. That's my problem. I really don't know anyone like this. I've been lucky. Imagine knowing somebody who is a professional and then stealing their trademark professional stuff they do. And just being like, well, it's mine now. So there's something that happened in her upbringing, and I know Thomas Markle is very regretful. Look, the man was working, the man was doing his best, working, trying to raise a daughter, no mother involved, and we still don't know the story, allegedly. But whatever it was, Thomas Markle was trying his best, and I understand that. So you might have skipped some steps on the way. You raised a whole entire bandit. Thomas Markle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. But even bandits, they have their hobbies. You know, you could have a bandit that likes robbing banks on weekends, but also likes knitting during the week, or vice versa. I mean, you must have a hobby. You must have something you're actually passionate about besides just copying everything and then trying to make it your own and trying to monetize things that other people have used their brain to do. There must be something that you actually want to do. And with Meghan, like I said, it's nothingness walking on two legs. There's just nothing to her. Can she do something though? Anyway, I know I've just given you a very long list, but that is only just to lead to this next list, girl. So the judge in Jeffrey Epstein's case has decided to release 177 names of people who were involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, they don't have to be victims. They don't have to be assailants or people who are accused of SA or SH. They just have to be people who are associated with him, who are public figures. And she says on New Year's Day, she will release all of these names. All the public figures have 2 weeks in which to object to their names being released, and she can either either honor that or not. The point is, I know that I have seen a lot in my comments and on all the blogs that Meghan Markle was associated with Jeffrey Epstein's yachts. People have said that she even met Prince Andrew before meeting Prince Harry because she was on them kind of yachts with Jeffrey Epstein, and she is now a public figure. As if it couldn't get any worse. I am wondering, and we're all wondering really, I think, whether her name might come up in this association with Jeffrey Epstein. It's really important to note that prior to 2009, Jeffrey Epstein served 15 months in prison for minor SA, right? So he was already a P-wordist, predator, that kind of thing. I can't say very much on YouTube. You know how it is, right? You got me. But if anyone associated themselves with him after 2009, then they knew fully well that he was convicted, that he served time in prison, and if they chose to associate with him, it's very damning for them. But this is going to be very interesting because everywhere you look, you hear Meghan Markle seen on this boat, or she was involved in this part, and the yacht girl thing has turned into like a Jeffrey Epstein yacht girl thing. And we have all seen it and we've all read about it. And if it comes out, we will finally know the truth. Right now, we don't know. That'll be her final downfall if that's the case. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching me. I love you. Happy Christmas, by the way. Everybody have a wonderful time. Because you know, girl, I be cooking and cooking and cooking. That's why I can't even put on makeup, because I prep in all the time. And I will be putting out a little video for you to see how the Christmas setup is over here at mine. But before I go, I'm just going to leave you this rendition by Parody Whitney, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Merry Christmas.
Read the red-haired witcher sold tickets to his therapy. Called himself a dragon slayer, more like dragon chasing. Arrogantly you're implying you're the savior of the family, but your story keeps on changing like the money for your charity. Long gone are the Christmas Eves he was wanted around. Now he sends out Christmas cards with children nowhere to be found. Now he just keeps on quacking about his chemical discoveries.
I love you so much, and bye.